Uh, wow, we just got a great message this morning that got me excited, and I mean, I'm already excited, fired up for this meet. It's an outstanding meet, outstanding fields. But the Big Sky weekly notes were just released, and we swept. The men's athlete of the week, Nick Stearns, and women's athlete of the week, Courtney Bray. That's a great springboard into this championship. You know, they're recognizing two terrific performances. Right on the eve of the meet. Shows our readiness, I think. Very excited with the balance that we have as a team going in, particularly with Jordan Arakawa leading our throws group as he did indoors. Those guys are perched again. Can they sweep? Everybody in the conference knows who they are. They are. Those guys are not a secret anymore, so that's an extra little motivator I know for that group. To be a repeat sweep, that's very difficult. But this group cannot be underestimated. Absolutely not. And then Nick in the vault on the men's side. He's got a vaulter from Montana. Keith Weber is a good vaulter. Nick's got his work cut out for him there to go head to head with him. But Nick will definitely be a podium guy, so top three all conference, which is a great accomplishment. In the sprints, we're taking a lot of our sprint group in, the 100, 200, 400 hurdlers, short and long hurdlers. Without going into maybe too much detail, the meet is, as enormous and important as this meet is. In particular, I always, it's near and dear to the heart for the seniors. They know it's their. A lot of them had their indoor championship a few months back, and now we have their final collegiate competition, and they want to go out with a bang, and nobody else wants to go out with a bigger bang than Stephen Warner. He's in a great spot in the men's 110 hurdles. He's got an indoor championship already, and now it'd be nice to pair that up with an outdoor championship. And he's posed, has a great readiness for it, state of mind. Stephen is, he wants to race yesterday. That's how excited he is. So it's fun to see that. Men's 4x4 and men's 400, we have talent in those areas too. I'd like to be taking a 4x1 down, but we're thin in the men's short sprints this year. We had some injuries, but we'll take some individuals in the 1 and the 2 that'll certainly make up for that deficit. We're very goal driven with the men's 4x4. We're sitting number 2 right now. We'll go head to head with NAU, Idaho State. It will be a phenomenal battle. I had telling the guys the other day. I had a very intense 4x4 dream, and I never have intense 4x4 dreams. And it's like I'm still competing. I'm so excited that I could feel my heart start to race, and discussing the tactics of where I think we'll be at each of the exchanges. And that's also true for the women's 4x4. They're both very talented groups. And tactically where we're going to be at in each race, and that each of those two groups can come home wearing medals around their necks. And I think they know that. So it's a matter now of getting down there, and then let's get in the blocks and find out really who is the best in the Big Sky Conference. Distance-wise, we're a little thin on the men's side. We have a very young group. But the thing that I really like, I think, going into this meet, even though we may not have a top scorer going in, is that this group ran cross-country championships there last November. They know what they're going into at 7,000 feet to compete. Particularly like Alex and Austin will run the 10,000 and 5,000. They'll double. It's a tough double at that elevation, but again, they're not going to be a stranger to what environment they're stepping into. And they're freshmen. They're going to get kind of that baptism by fire. And NAU, they're very deep in the distances. There's no doubt. They were number 2 in the country in the cross-country championships last fall. But conference championships are a little different. Things happen, surprises happen, and we remind our team of that every year. And it's one of those. It's not a myth. It is. It's a well-founded part of our program and part of the Big Sky history. That 99% of that meet is getting to the meet, and then the meet really begins. So I know our like I say, our seniors are very excited to be returning to this outdoor championship. And for a lot of our freshmen, their first outdoor conference championship. They'll see how good this conference is. What it takes in each of the 21 events just to score 1 point is a pretty remarkable performance that will be required. Yeah, and that's another one of those. That's a myth. They always They always underestimate us, and it's kind of baffling. I look at our personnel and our roster and our performances. I look at our weekly athletes of the meet awards that we've been recognized for, and we're not a seventh place team. We're definitely we're on the guys' side. We're thinking maybe top four, with a couple of breakthroughs, top three, and it's very realistic. With we're going to need some key contributions from our sprint group, I think, to make that happen. But we're going to a very sprint-friendly environment. As you know, that's where you ran your best 400 meters. Still on the record book, so we're hoping to get other top 10 performances that are going to push us up into that top three at the conference championships. Yeah, within our jumps, I did mention Nick Stearns in the vault. We're taking a very talented freshman, Trenton Osborne, in the long jump. He's also going to triple, so he could potentially score. Well, he could potentially win the long jump. He was a little mad at himself after the indoor competition. He's going to rebound. He's had, again, the guy's had a great week of practice. One of our X factors this time is our guy that's been with our program for a year. He had shoulder surgery, and he's good to go now, but this will be his second meet outdoors, and that's Brandon Harris. He'll be competing in just the triple jump, and he's an athletic and talented enough guy he could win it. And what a stunning thing that would be for our program and for the conference. And so we're getting Brandon fired up and ready to engage in this level of competition. And we'll see how ready he is, but it's not the mark that's leading triple jump is not beyond his reach. If he goes in believing that, the coaches believe he can do it. We get him on the runway, we get the crowd behind him. We're going to see something special happen with that young man. I think, with like I say, with our throwers and our javelin crew going back in, I need to give them their due. Joey Payne, one of the top guys in the conference in the jav. Jav is a pretty wide open event this year. Joey could go in and win it. Again, it's how ready is he from the neck up. And Marcia does a great job of preparing that crew, as is exampled by the indoor championships. That throws crew goes in ready to know what they need to do to perform at the Big Sky meet. And Joy is a guy who has been through his whole freshman year a year ago, been to the couple of championships now, and has the feel of that meet, and goes in with a stronger, deeper purpose of what he needs to accomplish to not only contribute for his development as a javelin thrower, but what he can contribute to our team performance, and really make fun of that 7th place projection and come home with the top 3 ranking. Yeah, it's going to be tough at NAU. It's going to be hard to beat at home for any of the schools in this conference. Indoors championships that they've hosted, they've never lost, and that kind of speaks to definitely a home-cooked advantage there. But we want to disturb them as much as we can, and that's one of our intents, is to go down and just be a powerful team, a team that's prepared, a team that's ready to perform.